Over the past 20 ranking videos, I've upset quite a few people. That's bound to happen while voicing your opinions on the internet. But what can I say, I'm a people pleaser. So I'd like to look back at every ranking video I've done and re-rank the thing people were most upset about. I'm talking Papa's Cheeseria, Angry Birds Epic, Malenia, Burger King, Rosalina, Undertale, Ribby Croaks, Mickey Mouse, When the Darkness Comes, Springtrap, Hercules, Glamrock Freddy, Leon Kuwata, The Horror at Camp Jellyjam, Ghost Story Island, Water Bottle, Chuck, and Clash of Clans. I'd like to point out I combined all my free Steam game rankings into a single spot on this list, and that some of these I had to choose because no one was specifically upset about them in the comments, like Hercules and the Water Bottle. Enough said, let's give these guys one more chance, or let them continue their sad, stupid little dance. The thing about my Papa's game video is that every game on the list was someone's favorite. That's honestly really impressive. I doubt many series with the same number of games in them could say the same. And yes, while many were upset with Wingeria being in D tier or Bakeria being in B tier, I received the most comments on Cheeseria specifically. My argument in the video is that it's exactly the same as Burgeria and Cluckeria, just with different ingredients and worse steps in the preparation process. And I'm very sorry to say this, but my opinion has not been swayed. I've seen tons of people say how much they love it, but none can seem to give a good reason as to why. It is quite simply a more boring version of Burgeria. Maybe the inclusion of minigames and seasons are nice, but not enough, guys. Papa's Cheeseria is our first D tier. The Angry Birds games tier list had a few upsets as well, but none even close to Angry Birds Epic. At least half of the comments on that video are complaining about its placement in B tier. A lot of people apparently stopped listening when I said it was a great game, but just not for me. But that's besides the point, I suppose. Mostly because I'm here to correct myself. Yes, the game is not for me, I was spot on with that. But the game is actually not great. It kinda sucks, really. There's only like 6 playable characters, the map is on one single island, Sonic only showed up for like one event. And someone please explain how these characters are holding their weapons? I don't see no damn hands! I really appreciate you bringing this injustice to my attention. Epic should never have been in B. It's clearly a D tier game. The Elden Ring video is one of my least viewed videos, and honestly it isn't that bad. I'd say I've improved a lot since then, but if you're at all interested, I'd recommend it. You don't even have to know anything about Elden Ring, and you'll see why when you watch it. Anyways, no one in the comments mentions any specific characters being wrong, but I know my friends had a few they disagreed with. And I think Malenia is probably the one they thought deserved better. She is a girl boss, no doubt, no doubt. Nathan's main argument is I neglected her second phase, where she's nude and got an even worse tude than before. Now, Nathan thinks this is quote-unquote hot, so let's take a look-see together, huh? Nathan, you poor, disgusting degenerate. You're all thinking what I'm thinking, right? Good, we all agree then. Looks like Nate is in the spotlight once again, since he still brings up how upset he is with our placement of Burger King in D tier. Nathan's friend called him the Burger Prince after all, so maybe we should hear him out one last time here. Nathan, you poor, disgusting degenerate. You're all thinking what I'm thinking, right? Good, we all agree then. In my hottest Mario characters tier list, the only princess I didn't place in S tier was Rosalina. I know people who are attracted to her more than anyone else in the franchise, so I suppose we should take another look. Did you know? Rosalina is a character in Super Smash Bros. For those who play the game, you might be familiar with this factoid. Any pervy kid hoping to peep under Rosalina's dress ends up being face to face with a little gremlin who looks disapprovingly at you. I think it's safe to assume this guy is up there all the time. Think back to playing as her in Mario 3D World or something like Mario Party. All that time just sitting there gawking at her, she in secret has a little gremlin up her dress, doing who knows what. Disgusting and honestly quite unprofessional. D tier. Me and my friends have almost no connection to Undertale, so it may have been just a bit unfair to rank it D tier in the Ultimate Nintendo Switch Games video. Undertale is most famous for the character Sans, and I really hate to break this to you if he's your favorite character, but some little gremlin up there. I'm so sorry guys. D tier again. It's weird how my Cuphead video almost instantly hit 37,000 views and then completely stagnated. Either way, my list is absolutely impeccable, but I did see a few comments mentioning Ribby Croaks. I put a lot of the first aisle in the lower tiers, but this was my least favorite one. This fight was really tough yet boring at the same time, so I wasn't a fan. And guess what? It still is. You people think my opinion can change? You're dead wrong. I'm a stubborn baby who fills up his diapers like they're going out of style. They're staying in D tier. Mickey Mouse owns a portion of my soul, so it probably seemed weird for him to end up in B tier in our mascot video. But think of it this way, the Nicktoons of the Jake Miller channels, otherwise known as Jake Miller Disney, is all about the mouse. Whoever that guy thinks he is would put him in S, but I no longer associate with him. The reason Mickey got B was because Jake Miller Disney wanted S, and I wanted D. So now that that guy is stuck on his own channel, I'm free to put the mixer where he rightfully belongs. Me and Cosmic had a lot of fun playing through those free Steam games. We actually made a 4th video dedicated to multiplayer games that maybe still exist out there somewhere, but the audio wasn't really feasibly fixable. Either way, we ranked a small group of games together and ultimately we did a perfect job ranking them. But I know Cosmic really liked When the Darkness Comes, so I figured I'd give it another shot. What arbitrary reason should this go in D? It just kinda tasted funny. Yeah, D tier. Look, if you come to see Springtrap's redemption, you've set yourself up for disappointment here. This isn't a joke either, I mean this one. The concept of Springtrap is S tier, I even made that clear in the original video. If you wrote down the attributes of Springtrap on paper, it would be the scariest character in the franchise. But his execution is terrible. He has, hands down, the worst jump scare in the series. He's got this dumb, goofy smile all the time that isn't even unnerving, and the purple guy is hardly seen from any view of his model. All this tied to the fact that Springtrap is the main character of the 3rd game and the only one to kill, which means you will always see the sad excuse for an animatronic before you lose, is all building to the fact that Springtrap actually deserves a D tier. I am truly sorry, but he should not keep the double weighting any longer. Our Disney ranking video is honestly a little whack. I agree with a lot of our placements, but there are a lot of movies that weren't given a proper look. It didn't help that we based these all on memory either. Hercules is one of these victims. I've never been a Greek mythology fan, but that shouldn't have played a part in my ranking. Mostly because that means I went soft on it and gave it a C. It sucks, it sucks, it sucks. Classic D tier, ladies and gentlemen. My FNAF Part 2 video is also spot on, but I know people love Glamrock Freddy, so let's re-examine him. He's got a small head, he looks like a plastic sex toy, and he tarnishes the name Freddy Fazbear. Sometimes a stupid bear deserves some tough love. D tier. I was thinking my Danganronpa choice would be Asahina, but I actually received a comment from Jack's Terminator saying Leon should be SS+++ tier. Well, first off, buddy, the tier list doesn't go that high, so you might want to get your eyes checked. Secondly, I was nice to Leon and put him in C, but realistically, he's a dum-dum that was only good at playing baseball. Compared to the other talents on display, he's a sad excuse for an ultimate anything. I'd love to have an FF-, tier, but we can just settle for D instead. In this instance, I'm choosing an item from our Goosebumps video where I was the one that was upset with the placement. The horror at Camp Jellyjam in C tier? I really have to wonder sometimes why I'm still friends with these people. Like, look at this, I'm staring at perfection here. So let's take our chance to bypass my stupid friends and place this baby in S tier where it belongs. I'm really happy people have been enjoying the Pop Tropica list. It took a ton of effort and I still feel pretty good about my placements. However, a large group of individuals seem to want justice for the precious Ghost Story Island. I did neglect to mention the spooky sounds in this level, which were extra terrifying since almost no island at the time had any sound at all. But think about it this way. You like sound? Are you sure? Well, how about a little bit of this? You like that? Huh? Is this fun? Didn't think so. D tier. Nate was right about trying to use the water bottle as a urinal. Excruciating pain every time, my friends. Oh, my pee-pee hurt. That's a D tier. People seem to like my placements for most of the birds, but I did see a few people comment on Chuck. I knew this would happen. He's one of those super annoying characters that normal people will hate, but a few freaks out there just adore. That's right, I'm looking at you. Look at me. Now say this with me all together now. Chuck sucks. Chuck sucks. Chuck sucks. Chuck sucks. Chuck sucks. Chuck sucks. Chuck. Oh, good, you're all brainwashed. D tier, perfect. I needed time to work on this video, so at the time of writing this, my newest video ranking every classic mobile game has not yet been uploaded. I anticipate, however, that Clash of Clans might be the upset. I never played it and hardly said a word about it in the video. Yet somehow it got up into B tier? I think my mom was feeding me the no-no drugs again that day. Well, I'm drug-free today, baby, that should be blatantly obvious. If I ever play stuff through the A through C tiers, I am most certainly on some sort of narcotic. Clash of Clans is D tier. Yes, it feels so good to say that! And that's the list. This feels right. I finally corrected every mistake I've ever made. I can start fresh again. Man, this must have been what Jesus felt like. Wait, Mom, Mom, what are you doing? Not the no-no drugs. Gulp. Hello, everybody. Today is April 1st, which is annually the day my mommy allows me to skip the no-no drugs. I guess I got a little too rowdy, so I've lost my privileges. Now that my brain's all clouded and my face feels weird, I'm noticing this tier list looks a bit strange. And listen, for real, if you made it all the way here, you either really like me, or currently hate watching this, or actually really curious and holding out hope that I might re-rank these things. And I feel bad for dogging on all these things that I already dogged on once. So for real, here are my updated rankings. I don't have much to say for all of them, but I do want to spotlight a few. I retried Papa's Cheeseria, and it's pretty fun. I still like it less than a bunch of those games, but they're all S in reality. Angry Birds Epic is honestly pretty epic, I'll give you it. Camp Jellyjam deserves D, I'll admit it. And as for Burger King and Springtrap fans, well, there's always next year. And finally, let me rank you guys on here. Would you look at that? An easy S tier. I remember a comment I received pretty early into my switch from Disney videos mentioned how they specifically like my content because I seem like a nice, kind-spirited person who is unlike a lot of YouTubers who are really condescending and rude to people, especially their fans. I really want to be that person, and I want you guys to know if I'm ever being mean-spirited, I am only joking, and I mean the best at all times. I like being close with my small audience. I like being one of them, and I always want to be kind to others and their opinions. If this video upset you or made you feel like I was making fun of you, well, I was. But I am truly open to criticism and feedback on my list, so please don't let this silly video tarnish that. When I thought of this video 6 months ago, I kinda thought it'd be my last video on YouTube. But my last few videos and the insane amount of support and kindness I've received on them has reassured me that this is something I want to keep doing for a while. So thank you all very much. I've got more tier lists, more Jake or Fake videos, and probably some other stuff coming very soon. Next tier list is probably every Power Wash Simulator job. I'll see you then. Goodbye. Oh, my pee-pee hurt. Oh, that's a D tier. Oh, my pee-pee hurt. Oh, that's a D tier. Or didn't he rank? Or didn't he rank? I can start fresh again. Man, this must be what Jesus felt like.